Hi folks, Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with the latest edition of the Hokey video blog. Good Sunday morning to you. Hope you're enjoying the nice start to the morning that we've had so far across the area. The radar right now is lit up like a Christmas tree off to our west, but around here, still fairly quiet. We'll go through what that means for our forecast ahead because there are some challenges that we do face here over the next 12 to 24 hours. Let's get first to today's Hokey weather fact. Really doesn't have to do with weather, but it's still something you see up in the sky. It's the fact that we can see up to 59% of the moon from Earth. And the reason this is because we have the wobbling and the rocking of the moon. It's not in a perfect orbit that faces us the entire time. It's actually in an orbit that has something called lunar libration. That's that wobbling, that rocking. So at any one given time, we see 50% of the moon, but because of the wobbling, we can see up to 59% of it throughout the entire year. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right, this morning, outside on our Fifth Third Bank SkyTrack network of cameras, you see a considerable amount of cloudiness now setting in to the metro Louisville area. Some darker clouds off to the south and west there. Got a few showers out there. Nothing too crazy at this point, at least local. Right now, let's get you to the temperatures and show you that we've already risen to 77 degrees here in the Louisville metro area. Got some mid to lower 70s outside the city. They don't have the urban heat island effect there, although Austin's already at 77 as well, so giving us a run for our money here in the metro area. Temperature-wise, this is the current radar view locally. Not a whole lot going on. Got a little shower out there in Lebanon at this point, just north of Marion County, actually pretty much into Washington County near Springfield at this time. Off to our south and west in Litchfield, Grayson County getting in on a little bit of a heavier shower, maybe a downpour or two there. Still nothing too crazy at this point locally. Look what's happening off to our south and west. Considerable amount of rainfall out near Memphis. Flash flood warning still in effect there. You see some of these showers beginning to develop out here near central Kentucky, and we've got a line of showers and storms that popped up real quick over southern Illinois, and they're starting to congeal a little bit. Not seeing as much lightning or as much strength in these as we did before, but this still complicates our forecast for the day because if this were not here, this feature, we would probably get storms going with the heating of the day. But instead, we've got an upper-level forcing mechanism, one of these shortwave troughs moving through, and this is kind of an offshoot of what's going on out here in the plains and some of the severe weather they'll have out there. No severe weather expected here. I want to make that incredibly clear right now. No upper-level winds to support this, just kind of a blobby, stormy mess to our southwest. And I think we may see a few showers, maybe a storm or two as we go throughout the late morning into the early afternoon. More of a scattered variety of maybe some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, kind of like yesterday, but I think this morning's activity will confound that a little bit because we'll have the cloud cover, some of these front-running showers this morning that I think will take some of the edge off of what we see this afternoon. And in fact, I think it may end earlier, too. We just have to see when this forcing moves through. And you can tell right now, some of these showers going on near Jackson, Tennessee aren't doing too hot. You can see some of the yellow, and then they die out into just kind of a plain green there on the radar reflectivity. And if we examine some of the storms up here near Cape Girardeau, Missouri, heading into the Carbondale, Illinois area, you'll see they're still forming at this point. So I think these are going to be the storms that we happen to see late morning into early afternoon around here in wave country. Again, no severe weather expected, but with any of these heavier storms and some of these downpours, we could very well see some isolated flash flooding. Not anything like they have down there in Memphis. This storm system down there kind of set up on what's called an outflow boundary, and they just keep regenerating along this line here. And it's just relentless for folks down there. Luckily, we don't have that to deal with this morning. Of course, keeping those folks in our thoughts because there are certainly some hardships going on down there with all that water. You can't just put 5 inches of rain in the middle of Memphis and not have something bad happen flash flooding wise. So that's what's going on around the region right now. And you'll see if we zoom to a wider view, we do have a few clouds over us, and there's a big cloud shield. There's a big cloud shield, I should say, going on just around this area of storms here. And I think what's going to happen here is this cloud shield is going to continue to spread out in all directions and kind of limit some of our surface heating today. So I think we'll have a cloudy day across the region with this convective debris kind of spreading out from these storms, and this may help us basically prevent any really crazy storms from developing around here. It'll limit our instability. So that's some good news there. We need the rain, though. We're about 2 inches behind on rain for the year and for the month. So those dry gardens, those dry lawns, they could really use some of what's going on down there, just not all of it at once. as we go throughout the day. All right, here's what Futurecast looks like by 1 o'clock. A few of these scattered to isolated storms around here, maybe just some downpours, really. I don't see any reds or yellows like we saw before on Futurecast. This is new data coming in, by the way. And you can tell that we've got quite a bit of a cloud shield here coming in from those storms from the south and west. And something that the National Weather Service hinted at, and I think very well may happen, is that some of the stronger downpours and storms may occur over toward Lexington because the forcing will come through during peak heating during that time of day. And I think a lot of the forcing will actually probably move to our east as we go throughout the afternoon. So you see here, not a whole lot of activity going on. This is, again, new data for the afternoon and the early evening. So we may get off scot-free in terms of any sort of outdoor activities being ruined by one of these scattered storms or two, which, by the way, if these do move through, like we're forecasting here, it'll just be a few minutes. You go inside, let the storm pass through, let the downpour or the rain pass through. It finishes, you come back outside, you enjoy the rest of your day. So let's hope that's the case as we go throughout the afternoon, because a lot of folks do need the rain. So we'll have to see how that pans out. A couple of little isolated showers still by 7 o'clock, by 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock. Could have a few isolated showers try to move in by tomorrow morning, but I think the night will be relatively calm and partly cloudy around the area with temperatures dropping into the 70s. By the time we head into your Monday, a few isolated storms by the afternoon. Not a huge deal, but by Tuesday, maybe into Wednesday as well, could see some more widespread storm activity with a cold front moving in. But once this cold front is through, we're actually going to have two shots of cooler air pretty much combining into one because one will outrun the other. We'll have high pressure setting in. That means plenty of sunshine, pleasant conditions, low humidity for July 4th. If you're traveling, storms possible basically south of a line from Jackson, Mississippi, all the way through Mobile, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Atlanta, down into South and North Carolina, and then the eastern two-thirds of Virginia could see a little bit of storm activity there as well. Temperature trend the next several days gets us warm, up to the 90s, 92 by Monday, 93 on Tuesday as some warmer air continues to advect into our area from the west. And I think Tuesday could rival the highest high temperature we've had so far this year. You've heard me say that multiple times, and the reason being is because we keep hitting 94. And so if we do that again, that'll be the third time we hit 94. Right now I've pegged us at 93. That may be too cool, but we've got some storms that may move through, and that may limit our temperature potential for that day. We will keep track of it, not only the temperatures, but today's scattered rain and storm activity that we could have in the area later this morning into this afternoon. We'll be posting updates on that, and of course, I'll have an update for you on Wave 3 News starting at 6. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Have a great Sunday.